Here you go. Come here. Just kind of being sassy. We're being sassy. Come on, girl. Come on. Come on. I need to bed this spot up. Come on. Come on, guys. Come on. So I got this bed pack layer that's slowly building up, and this is what I love to see. There's straw and poop and they pee, and it just all kind of breaks down. And this is what I like to see because I need it for manure to spread on my fields. I'll take the straw bale here, and we're gonna just bed it up. Try to keep it bedded up a couple times a week. Just keep this layer building, and then I'll clean it out in the spring and have some manure to use. We're supposed to get, I don't know, anywhere between 2 and 9 inches here this weekend. Yeah, I don't know what we're gonna get because that's what they're calling for, between 2 and 9 inches. So, just kind of trying to prepare, get the pen bedded up here, and I'll probably bed it up once more before the snow hits. Yeah, we got plenty of hay, plenty of bedding. They'll be fine out here. Got the loader tractor all ready to go, cylinder fixed. Hopefully we can plow some snow. Other than that, it really doesn't take much to batten down all the hatches and get everything ready. I doubt we're even gonna get any snow. I mean, Pennsylvania can be pretty unpredictable weather-wise, but honestly, they've been calling for snow every year for the last 3 years. And in the last 3 years, we haven't had a snowstorm over 4 inches, so I'm not expecting anything. Went to go pick up my brother from school, right? I was supposed to pick him up at 3 o'clock. Going down the road, all of a sudden my engine, or my truck, just starts shaking. Managed to limp it home. It's something engine because it's misfiring, so I think it's spark plugs. So I've got to address that, but that's a job for another day. So yesterday I fired up the case, got it out of its little hidey hole here, and hooked it up to the baler. We pulled the baler down to the shop, and I went through this machine and did a complete full greasing and oiling of the entire machine. So I went through and hit every single greaser, hit every single chain on this machine. I had it hooked up to the case. Hit the PTO, and just had all the chains running, and we hit them good with a chain oil lubricant. The only thing I have to do yet to this machine is top off the gearbox here with some 90 weight oil, and then there is a little cotter pin under that shield I got to replace. So this machine is virtually ready to go. I washed it at the end of the season before harvest. It's got some dust on it now, but it's, I'm not going to wash that off. But I went through and dry cleaned everything and washed it out good. Now it's serviced. Only a few odds and ends that need to be done to it yet. The baler, in my eyes, is kind of the most important machine on the farm. Yes, every piece of equipment has its own place and is important in its own right. But the baler is essentially what gets the hay up off the field and into a packageable material. And so I want to make sure that I get this thing running in tip-top shape. I want to make sure that everything is greased and oiled and lubricated like it should be for optimal performance. Otherwise, I might experience hiccups or breakdowns that could, ruin the efficiency of the operation. And sometimes, in some cases, we might not be able to get the hay up off of the field in time, and we might get rained out. So that's why, in my eyes, the baler is the most important piece, and we need to keep it running tip-top shape. So I'm going to pull this thing out of here. I want to put this elevator on that side of the baler and get this baler parked in here tighter against that side of the haystack. That way, that truck right there, I can back that truck in and load it and park it. Even with this tractor parked right here, if that baler swung over and everything kind of cleaned off to the side, I'm able to load that truck and actually park it in here. And then I can have everything under one roof rather than having a tractor or something parked outside overnight to keep that truck in here. Just like that, all cleaned up. Now I can back a truck right in there. This old girl's been sitting for about 2 weeks. It's about 25 degrees right now. We're gonna start it up because I gotta get to the tedder back there. We're gonna wash it here. Gotta fire this thing up now too. Oh shoot, I left the key on. Shoot, it's dead. I hate when I make dumb mistakes like that. Had that tractor running because I had the lights on one night when I was loading this truck up. I had to do it at night, and I guess I just forgot to turn the key off, and it was sitting like that for about 4 or 5 days, and it's plenty cold out, so yeah, that zapped the battery. My biggest complaint about this tractor is the battery placement. It's an absolute pain in the butt to get in there. It would honestly make more sense for me to pull that whole front panel off. I should have just done that in the first place, but there's all these little screws to do. I'm gonna let it on here for a little bit because it is very, very, very much dead. Today's goal is to get this thing washed. I'm gonna hit it with the blower once to get all this loose stuff off. We're gonna pressure wash it. I'm not too concerned about getting this thing sparkly clean. I just wanna get some of this cakey gunk off of here. When we ted wet hay and stuff, it just gets this on here, but it peels right off. So honestly, I could dry clean a lot of this. Just hit it with the pressure washer, get it somewhat clean, and then we'll grease it either today or tomorrow or whenever. All right, I'm tired of waiting. Let's see if this thing will do anything. Move this out of here. I need to clean this thing too. Lights come on, that's good. Nope, nope. I reached my hand in there and jimmied around that thing, and it bogged the truck down, so I think it's drawing more current now. So hopefully it should be charging good. Oh yeah. The satisfying part about this job is digging the cake out of these wheels. Echo parked over here, got the floor all swept up, floor swept up back by the tedder. Clean equipment just looks better when it's parked. I mean, this thing was sitting here for a couple months filthy. It's still dirty in spots like under here. I didn't really get that very well. Overall, it's cleaner than it was, and it's one of those things where there's kind of just a lot of nooks and crannies are hard to get cleaned, and I got the majority of the gunk off. I got the majority and almost all of the gunk off the tines. Just cleaned up better, dug all the stuff out of the wheels. It just looks cleaner, looks better. I will grease that thing probably closer to spring. There is nothing wrong with this. As far as I know, there's maybe some maintenance things. I might replace some of the fastening clips. These little clips right here, might replace some of them. See how this thing is loose? When these tines get loose, it's often because of these fastening clips. So might replace some of them. They might just need tightened up too, I don't know. But we will do that closer to hay season, and we will grease it up then. It's not a hard machine to really go over. The baler was one of those things where I wanted to go over it well before season, just in case I found something that needed to be replaced. I didn't find anything that needed to be replaced, so we should be good on the baler. There's just a few things like the cotter pin, maybe shore up the electrical tape on here and that sort of stuff. Other than that, there's nothing really there. The disc bind, when I grease that, I'm gonna go over it, do the whole greasing and everything. And then I'm also gonna go through and probably change out some blades. I might even take some of the original blades on there, put them in a vise, and just sharpen them up that way. Because there's a lot of life left in them, they're just not super sharp. So I'll just take a grinder to them, sharpen them up, and they should be good to go. Morning, everybody. Gotta do a little something different today. I'm spreading manure in the 8130. Got a loader tractor over there. Pickerite spreader, gotta load it down, and I'm gonna head out to a cornfield and spread some of this sheep manure. So I kind of cut coffee out of my diet because my body's really sensitive to caffeine, so I stopped drinking so much coffee. Well, this morning I kind of caved and got myself a cup of coffee. Moved over to another pile here. Snow's starting to come down. It's been a lot of sleety, wintry mix stuff so far, but now the snow's starting to come, and it's kind of pretty. Got a nice old load on there, and just in the time that I loaded up this load, stuff's getting pretty white, so I don't know how many more loads I'm going to be able to do before it gets pretty slippy on top. Roads are going to start getting a little hairy too. So anyway, there's a couple more loads sitting there in that pile, but I don't know if I'm going to get it all done today. I guess they didn't salt these roads because, well, there's snow on them. Hopefully I don't slip. Well, I'm bailing out. Snow's coming down relatively heavy. There is no salt on this road, and this thing, when I'm loaded, I can feel it wanting to just slide out from under me a little bit. So if the roads weren't snowy like this, I'd be all right still running, but not with the road like this. To some, it probably don't look that bad, but I don't trust it. I've had my cheeks pucker too many times in this tractor, and this is one of those situations where we're just gonna pull out and play it safe.